wouldn't it be ironic that we have this captive audience that we're able to educate and treat and then move forward out into the community, and they then have a way of working with the community, and never go back to prison, and yet heal people that couldn't hear somebody outside the community otherwise.
When Barbara Lawrence came to us with this inmate certification project, I was both fascinated but kind of skeptical, because I knew the system. I knew it'd be extremely difficult to do a quality training program in a prison. I didn't think it would be possible, and especially with a CAADE certification, the highest level in California, right? Maybe you should, give them just a little certificate, a diploma, or maybe go for a lower certification. Never could you pull this CAADE thing off, but I was wrong.
More than basic skills, gives them life skills, so that they have an opportunity when they come out of prison to do something to give back to the community, to increase their own sense of self-esteem, and to have a sense of purpose in their lives, many of whom have never had any purpose.
It's something that they can do. If you can do prison, you can become a drug counselor, and you can work with addicts and alcoholics and families. So I support the program wholeheartedly. I love the passion that they have. I love the passion that Barbara had in presenting it to the board. We got behind her 100%, and that's all you need sometimes to make a dream a reality.
There's been a number of people that began in my classes, and then we found a different area that was a better fit for them. So I don't need just drug and alcohol counselors. My idea is developing people that are going to be real functional for all the rest of us.
I think it is a wonderful idea to get some baseline training while you are serving your time. If you're never getting out, you can still make a contribution. So I'm all for what Barbara Lawrence is doing.
Many of the people that have come from the prison programs that Barbara Lawrence has worked with, what you're going to find is that they're very special people. They're like diamonds that maybe need a little dusting off. You might need to make a little nick here and a little nick there before you bring out the full brilliance of what people have, because people who have a past also have a future.
So when our incarceration rate is so high, what does that say about us as a society? If we lock up more people per capita than any country in the world, and our state locks up more people than any state in this country, what's that say about us as a society and as a people?
I think it's very foundational for recovery in people paying forward or giving back. So again, you see this incredible transformation where inmates find their worth and give back to the community, and model to help prevent more youth and individuals from going to prison for drug-related offenses. It's an absolutely imperative program.
The recidivism thing is a serious problem. 78% return to prison in the first year. And where they've done concentrated programs in both the prison and in the local counties, that just goes down to almost 10 and 15%, which is a huge saving for the state.
We don't want them going back into jail, so let's give them some tools towards a better future, better career choice, reuniting with their families. So we've done the other thing. Let's try and do something differently. That's what I would say.
The one thing I tell my students is if you get enough degrees, people stop asking you if you've been convicted of a felony.
A guy who used to do drugs, did some crimes, got arrested, had a sentence, went to prison, started, working on his education. I think he said something like yesterday he got like 4 different degrees while he was in prison. I mean, the guy's amazing.
For my job as CEO of the company that I run, nobody asked me if I'd ever been in prison. Because I had a doctorate degree, because I had all this experience, because I had accomplished things in my life, So in reality, an education not only opens the doors to things like employment and other things, but it opens the doors to the way that the world perceives you as a human being.
If that's not proof in and of itself that people change and things, there's help people. Just help people. Don't throw them away.
9 billion was the budget for CDC last year, if I'm remembering my last report right. $9 billion is a lot of dollars. That's more than we spend on all the higher education in California right now. We're spending more on our prison system than we are on higher education. There's something wrong with that.
Barbara Lawrence has already she's already brought awareness to a problem that was going on, and in some ways has solved it in 2 prisons. And so the awareness really comes from saying, we've implemented something already, we've already done the action, and it's working. And so it's kind of an interesting standpoint, because it's not that we need to precipitate change. Change is already done and it's working. We just need more of that change. We need mass change.
Without question. Well, in my mind, this is almost what I'd consider a no-brainer. There is no question, our research shows that. Many of us intuitively know it, and it's just humane. Just humane. It's morally correct.